chosen ones. This weekend, you will witness the hand of God move publicly. Super explosion. Have you ever felt like something deep in your spirit was stirring, like you were standing at the edge of something holy, something massive, but you just couldn't put it into words? Let me tell you something. This weekend isn't just another date on the calendar. It's not business as usual. It's a divinely marked moment, carved out in heaven and delivered straight to your life. If you're hearing this, it's not by accident, it's because God is calling you. Yes, you, the one who's been pressing forward in silence, who's been believing without seeing, who's been walking through fire and wondering if God still hears. He does. And not only does he hear, you're about to see him move, publicly, powerfully, undeniably. This is the kind of weekend that will go down in your personal history as the one where heaven broke through and the hand of God made himself known not in whispers, but in wonders. Something divine is about to erupt, a supernatural explosion that will shift atmospheres, silence doubt, and elevate your story for his glory. Get ready, chosen one. This is not hype, this is holy, and it's already in motion. Number 1. A divine summons. You didn't just happen to hear this message, it was appointed for you. This very moment has been divinely orchestrated, like a sacred appointment written into your life's timeline by the hand of God himself. This is not coincidence. This is the fulfillment of a heavenly summons, where the Spirit of God is calling his chosen ones to attention. In this hour, God is not whispering softly behind closed doors. He is roaring with clarity, sending out a spiritual alarm that penetrates the soul. Those who are attuned in the Spirit can feel it, the shift, the urgency, the pull. It's a wake-up call not just to believe, but to rise, to recognize that you were born for such a time as this. For every man who has walked through long nights of silent battles and swallowed prayers that no one else heard, take heart. The season of hidden suffering is giving way to supernatural release. What you endured in isolation was never wasted, it was preparation. Every tear, every unanswered question, every weary step has built the altar upon which God is about to reveal his power in your life. The same hands that formed you in the womb are now preparing to elevate you publicly, not to glorify you, but to reveal his glory through you. What was once private agony is now becoming the stage for a public miracle, and it will not be subtle, it will be undeniable. This weekend, many will see that you are not forgotten, and they will witness with their own eyes the undeniable hand of God moving in and through your life. God is setting the scene, and you are the vessel. Get ready, the silence is breaking, the roar is here, and heaven is about to respond with a supernatural explosion that will mark this moment in your life forever. Just as it is written in Isaiah 43, verse 19, "Behold, I will do a new thing. Now it shall spring forth. Shall you not know it? This is your sign. This is your time." And this weekend, the hand of God will make it known. Number 2. This weekend is a divine turning point. This weekend is unlike any other. It has been divinely marked as a turning point in your life, a shift written into the timeline of heaven long before you were even aware of what you'd need. Saturday and Sunday may appear ordinary to the world, but to those with spiritual eyes, these days carry prophetic weight. They are not random. They are a sacred window through which the supernatural plans of God are beginning to unfold with power. Right now, in the invisible realm, the gears of heaven are in motion, angelic forces are being released, assignments are being carried out, and divine timing is speeding up. This is not business as usual. The spiritual atmosphere around you is thick with purpose, and something is about to break through. For years, you may have wrestled with silence, with moments where God seemed quiet, or with doors that didn't open no matter how hard you knocked. But the truth is, What looked like delay was divine strategy. What felt like rejection was actually God's protection and preparation. He wasn't withholding the promise, he was aligning you with the right moment. And that moment is here. Heaven hasn't forgotten you. Heaven has been working behind the scenes, orchestrating the unseen details that are about to burst into full view. You weren't being punished, you were being positioned. As it is written in Genesis 18 verse 14, "At the appointed time I will return to you." This is that appointed time. The return is not just about restoration, but about acceleration. What took years in the natural will shift in days when touched by the supernatural. And when God steps into a moment, it becomes holy. That's why this weekend cannot be treated like every other weekend. It is not meant for rest alone, it is meant for revelation. Don't go through these days casually. Walk through them with expectation. A divine convergence is happening. Your preparation is meeting your promise. Your obedience is meeting your opportunity. Psalm 102, verse 13, speaks directly to this moment. "You will arise and have mercy on Zion, for the time to favor her, the set time has come." The set time has come for you, too. All of heaven is moving on your behalf, not later, not someday, but now. And because of that, this weekend becomes more than time on a calendar, it becomes a sacred doorway. So lean in, stay alert, keep your spirit open and your heart aligned. Something holy is breaking into your reality, and when it does, you will never be the same again. Number 2. Wallet intention, ritual with rice and mint. Abundance doesn't come by luck, it appears when our thoughts, actions, and intentions are in balance. In Buddhism, true wealth starts from inner clarity and the energy we carry. This ritual is a mindful way to align financial goals with nature's flow, helping silent wishes become focused intentions the universe can respond to. And it begins with 3 everyday items that are rich in meaning: rice water, mint leaves, and your handwritten intention. Rice, a universal symbol of sustenance, fertility, and wealth, has been honored across cultures for its power to nourish and multiply. When we rinse raw rice in clean water and collect that slightly cloudy liquid, we are holding the essence of abundance, the potential to grow more from what we already have. This water becomes the base of our ritual, representing the energy of expansion. Then comes mint, a plant known for its refreshing qualities. It clears away stagnant energy, making space for new opportunities to flow in. Just as mint in tea refreshes the body, mint in this ritual revives the energetic space around your financial life. The third and most personal element is the handwritten note. By writing your financial desire with your own hand, be it a specific amount of money, a debt you wish to clear, or a goal you long to achieve, you are giving your intention form. Thoughts are powerful, but they are formless. Writing them down transforms them into something the body, the mind, and the energy field can recognize and respond to. This step shifts your mindset from vague hope to focused declaration. When we combine these 3 elements, rice, water, mint, and handwritten intention into one sacred action, we are not merely performing a task. We are entering into conscious partnership with life itself. And the way you perform this ritual matters just as much as the elements you use. Begin by rinsing a small handful of raw rice in water, collecting the first rinse, which carries the symbolic first energy of the grain. Pour this water into a clean glass or ceramic bowl. Add 3 mint leaves, fresh and vibrant, to awaken the ritual space. Then, take a small piece of white paper and write clearly, in present tense, the financial outcome you wish to manifest. Keep it specific and heartfelt, because clarity sends a stronger signal. Fold the paper 3 times, sealing your intention into it, and gently place it into the rice mint water mixture. Let this sacred bowl rest overnight, giving the elements time to absorb your energy and amplify it. As you sleep, the water, the plant, and your intention are aligning. In the morning, carefully remove the note, dry it, and place it in your wallet. Let it live there not just as a charm, but as a quiet reminder of the energy you've claimed. Finally, pour the rice mint water back into the earth in a garden, a potted plant, or a natural place so the energy continues flowing and supporting the cycle of giving and receiving. This closing step is essential. It honors the law of interdependence, reminding us that abundance is not taken, it is shared, returned, and allowed to circulate freely. What makes this ritual so powerful is not its outer form, but the inner shift it creates. You're no longer thinking of wealth as something far away or difficult to reach. Instead, you're declaring it with intention, anchoring it in nature and form, and carrying that clarity with you every day in your wallet. In doing so, you transform your relationship with money from fear and scarcity into one of harmony and possibility. Through this practice, you train your mind to believe not just in your desire, but in your worthiness to receive it. And that belief, when embodied through focused action, is the true beginning of abundance. If this ritual resonates with you, share in the comments. I am ready to welcome abundance with clarity and intention. Let this simple sentence be your first step. No need to overthink. Just type it and let the energy begin to move. Number 4. Pain is the platform for miracles. What you've been through wasn't a detour, it was divine design, and every painful moment has been preparing you for something far greater than you could see. In the kingdom of God, nothing is wasted. Every tear you cried in the dark, every time you felt unseen, unheard, or misunderstood, God saw it all, and He's been weaving it into a greater purpose. Pain is never random when it's surrendered to the hands of the Almighty. It becomes the very platform for miracles to be revealed. The moments where you felt pressed on all sides, backed into corners with no clear way out, were not signs of abandonment. They were signs that heaven was setting the stage. Just as David stood before Goliath with no armor yet full of confidence in his God, just as Elijah faced hundreds of false prophets on Mount Carmel and saw fire fall from heaven, just as Israel stood trapped between Pharaoh's army and the Red Sea and watched the waters split, so too have you been placed in what looked like an impossible situation, not to break you, but to showcase the power of the God who fights for you. What felt like rejection was actually redirection. What seemed like a long delay was, in fact, a divine setup. God was never distant. He was preparing something in you that could not be formed any other way. Your pain has been a sacred tool, carving out depth, humility, and strength in your spirit that will now support the weight of what God is about to release. As it is written in Psalm 34, verse 18, "The Lord is near to the brokenhearted and saves the crushed in spirit." Your scars are not signs of defeat, they are proof that you survived the pressure and that grace carried you through. And now, the very pressure that nearly crushed you is becoming the proof that God never left your side. Your story is about to shift, and the areas where you once felt disqualified are now the places where God will qualify you to carry something heavier, His glory. The more intense the pain, the more undeniable the miracle. Heaven doesn't just heal what hurt, it transforms it into testimony. And when your breakthrough comes, it won't just be personal, it'll become public evidence that God is who He says He is. Get ready, chosen one, because what once looked like your breaking point is about to become the birthplace of your greatest breakthrough. As it's declared in Romans 8, verse 18, "The sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us." You didn't endure all this for nothing. The pain had a purpose, and now the miracle is on its way. Number 5. Faith must be bold and active. This is not the hour for passive belief or casual religion. This is a call for bold, deliberate, unshakable faith that refuses to sit still while heaven is on the move. You've come through the fire, through pain, through seasons of silence, and now, as God prepares to move publicly and powerfully on your behalf, your faith must rise to meet the moment. Miracles aren't drawn to hesitation or spiritual laziness. They are drawn to expectation, preparation, and alignment. Heaven is ready, but heaven responds to hunger. That's why this weekend isn't a time to spectate. It's a time to participate with your whole heart. Clear the spiritual clutter, anything that's been weighing you down or dulling your focus. This is the moment to worship not out of habit, but from a place of deep intention. Praise like you know the breakthrough is coming. Write down what you're believing for, declare it boldly, and if the Holy Spirit prompts you, fast not to earn something from God, but to align your soul and sharpen your spirit to receive what He's already prepared. These are not rituals, they are acts of readiness. Faith, real faith, isn't about hype or emotion. It's not wishful thinking or crossing your fingers hoping something happens. Faith is a decision. It's the inner confidence that says, even though I don't see it yet, I'm going to prepare like it's already done. It's setting the table for what hasn't arrived yet because you trust the one who promised. That kind of faith builds an atmosphere where the hand of God loves to move. It's what turns ordinary space into holy ground. As Hebrews 11, verse 1 declares, "Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen." That means faith is not passive, it's substance, it's evidence, it's action. When your faith is active, it starts attracting the very thing you've been praying for. It pulls what is in the unseen realm into your reality, not because you earned it, but because you believed it enough to make room for it. The question is, have you made room for the miracle, or are you still clinging to the doubt? This weekend, don't just wait to see if something happens, step into it with your whole heart. Speak it, sow it, worship through it, move like it's already yours, and don't wait to celebrate until the miracle is in your hand. Celebrate now, because your faith knows it's already been set in motion. As it is written in James 2 verse 17, "Faith by itself, if it does not have works, is dead." So this is your call to action. Activate your faith, shake off the dust of doubt, align your atmosphere, because what you are willing to believe, prepare for, and step into you will begin to attract. This weekend is not just a divine event, it's a divine invitation. Faith must answer it, boldly, now. Number 6. Every door will be opened by God's hand. This moment marks the end of striving for what God has already ordained, because this time, the doors before you won't open by effort, they will open by divine command. You won't have to knock, beg, or chase the approval of men, because what's coming is not tied to human influence, qualifications, or timing. It is a supernatural unlocking by the hand of the Lord Himself. For too long, you may have stood in front of closed doors, doors to opportunities, platforms, relationships, and places where you knew in your spirit you belonged, but were never allowed access. You've watched others go in while you remained waiting, unheard and unseen. But that delay was not denial. It was a divine pause, a holy protection, and now the season has shifted. The doors that were once locked to you are being opened, not because of who you know, but because of who knows you. God has seen your faithfulness, your obedience in obscurity, your heart in the waiting, and now He is setting things in motion that no man can undo. This is not about influence or strategy, and it's not about climbing ladders built by men. It is about divine authority stepping into your timeline and rewriting access by heaven's decree. As it is written in Revelation 3 verse 8, "Behold, I have set before you an open door which no one is able to shut." That word is not just a poetic promise, it's a spiritual reality that's now being activated in your life. God is bypassing the usual systems, skipping over red tape and the politics of who deserves what, and he's stepping directly into your situation to unlock what was once out of reach. And when God opens a door, no man, no lie, no limitation, no gatekeeper can close it. The doors being opened now are not just entrances, they are assignments. You're not just being granted access, you're being ushered into the fulfillment of what you were created for. The waiting room was not a waste, it was the place where your character caught up with your calling. And now, God is not just giving you entry, He's walking you into rooms where your presence is purposeful. You will not need to convince anyone or prove yourself. God's favor will do the talking, and your presence will confirm the anointing. Walk boldly through these doors, not because of your confidence, but because of your confidence in the one who opens them. You're not stepping in as someone who finally got lucky, you're stepping in as someone who was sent. And this sending carries weight, because it's no longer about who you are trying to be, it's about whose you are. You are a son of the King, a man marked by the Spirit, chosen and appointed for such a time as this. As Psalm 20 verse 6 says, "Now I know that the Lord saves his anointed. He will answer him from his holy heaven with the saving power of his right hand." So take the step. Don't hesitate. Don't doubt it. The doors are opening because the hand of God has moved, and where his hand moves, breakthrough follows. Step in, not with hesitation, but with boldness, because what God opens, no one can shut, and what he has planned for you, no one can block. This is your appointed access. This is your divine release. You didn't find this video by accident, you were led here for a reason. This is your confirmation. God is about to show up and show out in your life this weekend. Type, "I receive the move of God," in the comments to seal this word in your heart. Keep watching, a divine explosion of breakthrough is coming, and you don't want to miss a single moment of it. Number 7. God's glory will be revealed. Get ready, because what's about to happen in your life will leave no room for debate. It will be the unmistakable glory of God revealed in full view, undeniable even to those who once criticized, doubted, or dismissed you. This is not going to be a quiet blessing or a small breakthrough hidden in the corner. It will be a bold and public demonstration of divine power that defies natural timelines, erases every ounce of shame, and flips the script on everything the enemy meant to use against you. The glory of God is not subtle. It shows up with fire, with authority, and with results that logic can't explain, and no man can take credit for. What's coming your way will silence the whispers that questioned your worth, reverse the false labels that were placed on you, and redeem the seasons where you were misunderstood, mocked, or completely overlooked. The same voices that once gossiped about your failures will soon have no choice but to acknowledge the undeniable favor that rests on you, and from their own lips will come the words, "Surely God is with him." But understand this. This moment is not about you proving anything to people. It's about God proving his presence through you. The glory that's about to be revealed in your life isn't for applause. It's for evidence, evidence that the God who called you never left you, that the long nights, the waiting, the tests, the tears, the pressing all had purpose. And now his glory is rising on your life in a way that cannot be hidden, delayed, or denied. As it is written in Isaiah 60, verse 1, "Arise, shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord rises upon you." That rising glory is not just a feeling, it's a visible shift, a transformation that changes how you are seen, how you move, and what doors open before you. The glory of God marks you, sets you apart, and pulls you into rooms you could never enter on your own. It's what takes your story of struggle and turns it into a living testimony of divine intervention. So now is not the time to shrink back, doubt, or second guess. Now is the time to rise, not with arrogance, but with bold confidence in the one who is lifting you up. You are stepping into a new dimension where your life becomes the very proof of God's faithfulness, and that proof will not only encourage you, it will inspire others, silence your critics, and glorify the name of the Lord. As declared in Psalm 115, verse 1, "Not to us, Lord, not to us, but to your name be the glory, because of your love and faithfulness." So walk boldly, chosen one, not because of what you've done, but because of what He's about to reveal. The glory is not just near, it is rising. And your life, from this weekend forward, will never look the same again. Number 8. This is a season of divine honor and justice. This is a season marked not just by breakthrough, but by divine honor and justice, a moment when heaven responds openly to the integrity you've carried quietly for years. If you've endured in silence, if you've chosen character over clapping back, if you've stayed steady while being misjudged, overlooked, and even falsely accused, God has not only taken notice, He has kept record. You didn't go unseen. Every time you held your tongue when you could have retaliated, every time you walked away instead of lashing out, every time you stayed faithful when giving up would have been easier, those moments weren't weakness. They were seeds, and this is the season of supernatural harvest. Just like Daniel, who refused to bow and ended up thrown into the lion's den for his obedience, you too have faced pressure for doing what was right. But just like God shut the mouths of the lions and used that very den to promote Daniel in front of kings, He is now turning what was meant to destroy you into the very evidence that elevates you. What was designed to discredit you will now be used by God to display His glory and prove His covering over your life. This is not just about clearing your name, it's about God making a public statement. You don't need to chase explanations, because God is stepping into your situation with something far better: vindication. He is not just your comforter in private, He is your righteous defender in public. He will restore the honor that was stripped from you, reverse the lies that were spoken about you, and silence the voices that tried to sabotage you. And when He does it, it won't just restore your reputation, it will transform the environment around you. People who didn't believe in you or didn't believe in Him will be forced to acknowledge that what's happening in your life isn't luck or strategy, but the presence of the living God. Just like King Darius proclaimed over Daniel in Daniel chapter 6, verse 26, "Truly your God is the living God." That same declaration is about to echo in places where your name was once dragged, because God's justice doesn't arrive empty-handed. It comes with promotion, restoration, and honor that no man can take credit for. This isn't about revenge, it's about redemption. And what's coming won't be quiet. It will be visible, it will be undeniable, it will be transformational. As Psalm 20, verse 6 says, "Now I know that the Lord saves His anointed. He will answer him from His holy heaven with the saving power of His right hand." So walk forward, chosen one, not with bitterness, but with boldness. You are stepping into a season where the weight of heaven backs your name, not because of what people say about you, but because of what God knows about you. Justice is not just coming, it's already been released, and it's coming with honor attached. If you're still watching, then your spirit already knows something big is about to happen. God is about to move publicly, and you are meant to witness it. Comment, "Chosen and ready," if you feel this message was meant for you. The final moments of this video hold the spark that could change everything. Stay with us to the end. The explosion is spiritual and it's personal. Point 9. Number 9. Your life will become a living testimony. In this new season you are stepping into, words will no longer be necessary to prove God's faithfulness, your life itself will declare it. Everything you've endured, the heartbreak behind closed doors, the tears shed in silence, the prayers spoken when no one was listening, and the long stretches of feeling overlooked or misunderstood has been preparing you for this very moment. God was not distant in those times. He was present, working behind the scenes, shaping you through the fire and forming something in you that could not be developed any other way. What once looked like a painful chapter of defeat is now becoming the very foundation of your victory. The struggle wasn't in vain. It was producing a testimony. And now, that testimony will be seen and heard without a single word from your mouth. Those who watched you go through battles, those who whispered or made assumptions, those who saw your weakness but not your warfare, they are about to witness your rise. Not because you forced your way through, but because God is bringing you into a season of undeniable, visible transformation. You won't need to explain how it happened. Your fruit will speak for you. Your scars, once sources of shame, will become sources of strength for others. They will carry stories that release healing, hope, and restoration to people who thought their pain disqualified them from purpose. And the very things that once brought you to your knees will now lift others to their feet. As the night gives way to morning, this is your moment of divine reversal. The sorrow you carried is being exchanged for joy. The weight you bore in silence is being replaced by clarity and freedom. You're not stepping into this next season empty-handed. You're carrying wisdom, resilience, and a testimony that can't be argued with. God doesn't require perfection to use someone powerfully. He just looks for someone who didn't quit. And because you held on, even when the breakthrough seemed far away, He's turning your trials into triumphs. What once looked like loss is becoming legacy. What once delayed you is now propelling you forward. Your story is becoming a living sermon, not written on paper, but written through faith, endurance, and obedience. Soon, even the ones who questioned whether God was real will have no choice but to say, "There's no other explanation, this had to be the hand of God." Because what's about to unfold won't be a comeback made by effort, it will be a calling fulfilled by grace. You're not just stepping into something new, you are becoming the evidence of what happens when God authors the story. Let your life preach, chosen one. The testimony has already begun. Number 10. Act now. Respond with faith. This is not a moment to sit back and watch. It's a divine invitation to step forward with bold, active faith. Everything in your life up to this point has been leading here, to a window in time where heaven is ready to respond, but God is waiting on your move. Passive belief won't carry the weight of what's being released. This is a time for deliberate action, spiritual alertness, and deep commitment. The atmosphere around you matters more than you realize, because what you cultivate in your home, your heart, and your habits either attracts or resists the presence of God. So shift the atmosphere. Worship with intention, not just with music, but with focus and reverence. Let your prayers carry passion and urgency. Speak God's word over your life out loud until it drowns out every lie of the enemy. Let your home become more than a place of routine. Let it become a sanctuary, a space where the Spirit of God is not just welcome, but enthroned, where the miraculous isn't just possible, but expected. Every act of obedience in this hour, whether it's sowing a seed, sharing this message, interceding for others, or setting time aside to fast, carries the weight of prophecy. These aren't just spiritual habits, they are signals to heaven that say, "I'm ready, I'm positioned, I believe." Each move you make in faith is like placing a key into a lock that opens divine doors. And each time you surrender more of your will, your time, your energy, you are signaling that your spirit is aligned and available. Do not treat this moment casually. This is not just another day, another message, or another emotional high. This is a divine appointment, a scheduled release, and the trumpet of heaven has already sounded. What God has prepared is too sacred to miss because of distraction, laziness, or spiritual apathy. So, respond with urgency, but also with expectation. Lean into what you sense God is stirring. Speak life where there has been death. Declare peace where there's been chaos. Call forth provision where there's been lack. Act like the miracle is already in motion because it island. As it is written in James 2, verse 26, faith without works is dead. This is your moment to put movement behind your belief, and when you do, you activate heaven's response. God doesn't need perfection. He responds to hunger, to trust, to steps taken, even when you don't see the full picture. Your part is obedience. His part is overflow. So move now. Don't wait. This is a supernatural alignment, and your faith is the key that unlocks it. When you move with faith, God moves with power, and when God moves, everything changes. As you step into this weekend, remember, you're not alone, you're chosen, and the hand of God is about to move in your life in a powerful, public way. Stay expectant, keep your faith active, and watch how every prayer, every tear, and every act of obedience brings you to this divine turning point. If this message stirred your spirit, please take a moment to like this video, share it with someone who needs encouragement, and subscribe to The Journey of Wisdom. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you won't miss our upcoming videos together. We'll continue to walk in faith and witness God's glory unfold.